Aaron, it's great to have you here today.
Thanks, man.
Essentially, what we'll do today is I'm just going to interview you to learn more about your experience working with the Stimulate team. So, to get started, do you want to just introduce yourself and your brand?
Sure. I'm Aaron Kozel, and I'm the founder of Skinmedix.com. Skinmedix is a retailer of medically marketed and luxury skincare products. Our core focus of these products is anti-aging. So we carry more than 2,000 SKUs from about 100 brands, and we've been in business for almost 20 years.
Awesome. So, Aaron, can you tell me about your email and SMS experience with Stimulate and what your results looked like during the first year working together?
Sure. Yeah, it's been really impressive and a smooth transition. In our first year, we had the completion of the first year, depending on attribution that you look at, we had about 5 times the revenue come from the email channel after switching over to Stimulate. Um, it, you know, and if you look at Klaviyo's attribution, it looks like a full 45% of our sales now is coming through the email channel. So SMS, we didn't even have an SMS program in place before Stimulate. So they've kind of built that from the ground up for us, and it's been really successful.
Awesome. And so I know we want to avoid giving explicit revenue figures for the sake of confidentiality, but can you give a little bit of insight into the amount of revenue we were able to drive for Skinmedix? Are we talking tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars? What does that look like?
Oh, it's definitely in millions. And as I mentioned, it's 5 times the revenue that we had beforehand. So it's significant, very significant money.
Awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about how these results have impacted your business and your brand overall?
Sure. It really the results that we've gotten from Stimulate have allowed us to scale with the low cost of acquisition of the customers from the email channel. We can really pump more money into the paid acquisition. It kind of becomes a snowball effect with the paid channel customers increasing in return rate due to the automations that we put in place, and return and frequency are increasing. So all of that improves the entire business holistically.
Awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about what your email and SMS marketing program looked like before we started working together? I think you were doing it in-house. So I'd love to hear about how that experience compares to what you have now working with us.
Yeah, it's really been night and day since we started in 2005. I've had several people in house that created campaigns for us and did the creative, but really in the last 5 years before Stimulate took over, maybe 3 to 5 years, I was personally doing it and just kind of rehashing older campaigns that we had. We've kind of run every campaign you can think of over the years. So I would on an annual basis just pick one from a year previously, batch and blast it out. There was little to no personalization involved with it. It was just a throw everything we have at the entire list periodically, and there were also zero automations in place. So it's really is night and day with the personalization and the automation that we now have through Stimulate.
Awesome. And can you tell me about your experience working with us in terms of communication, turnaround time, quality of work? What does that look like?
Sure. I've got nothing but positive things to say about Stimulate. The quality is amazing. All campaigns are scheduled months out in advance. The planning is meticulous. Everything's created with plenty of time to review it. And in the rare cases that we have experienced a hiccup or an issue, Stimulate has been on it immediately, even weekends and holidays. Randy has been personally available, and issues that do occur don't occur twice. So if there's an issue and it's a problem, it's fixed, and you don't have to worry about that in the future.
Cool. And for your business, so you're in skincare, why do you think it's important to have a solid retention program for your business?
Well, retention is important for every business, but especially retailers like Skinmedix, where margins continue to shrink year after year after year. Margins get thinner. the cost of acquiring a customer sometimes negates the profit on a first order. So, you're really looking at an acquisition, and an investment in the future. So if you don't have a retention plan and these automations in place to bring the customer back, then you may not profit from that customer. So it's and we sell consumables, so it's much more profitable to get that customer to come back time and again than to invest in the paid channel, on a cold, bringing in a customer from a cold channel.
Totally. I think a lot of brands resonate with that for sure. And then my last question, if you were to speak with another brand considering our services, what would you tell them about Stimulate?
Um, if another brand is considering hiring Stimulate, I would say don't hesitate. Hire them today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Aaron, for taking the time to chat with me. And I look forward to continuing to work together and continue to get great results.
Sure thing. Thank you, Randy, and thank your team.